I didn't do an internship with Barclays specifically, but I had previously done various other internships in various other businesses. BarclaysWealth appealed to me because it was, and still is, the leader in the wealth industry today. When I was going through my options at university, the vast majority of my friends were considering areas of finance like mergers and acquisitions and debt capital markets and various other areas. But for me, what appealed to me directly was the possibility of having client interaction on a day-to-day basis. So the wealth industry for me was really somewhere that I wanted to go into. Once establishing that, looking at the competition, BarclaysWealth was at the forefront of everything that I really wanted out of a career. My career path so far in BarclaysWealth started off in the classroom. Initially, we as graduates had 10 weeks in the classroom where we learnt everything from soft skills to other areas of finance, and also took our basic exams. And once those were out of the way, I was then put forward to my home desk, which is a front office role in the UK private bank. Once I completed that, around about sort of the end of March time, I then moved to structured products, which is the investment and product office, where I now deal with the product issues and structuring various financial instruments. I think the main thing that I noticed when I first arrived here was that the support and training made available to you was far exceeded anything that I ever thought would be provided. Not only did I think that the initial training program was absolutely fantastic in terms of what we learnt and what I was exposed to, because I actually didn't traditionally come from a financial background. My degree at university wasn't financial. So the help, support and exposure that I got in the initial days here really set me up for my future career. And so I'm now in an ability and in a position where the training and both in soft skills and also the fundamental financial skills that I learned has really given me the opportunity now to implement those in the business place. My current role at the moment is in the investment and product office, specifically in structured products. So I work in a small team with around 4 or 5 people, and we liaise directly with our sister company, Barclays Capital, and also external financial institutions where we structure products for the front office team. The most interesting project I've had up to date was actually in my first role in the front office. I was working alongside a new private banker, and we actually implemented together a project for myself where I had to implement the mechanisms and procedures for client acquisition. And the great thing about that was that I was actually given a free rein in terms of how I wanted to implement that project. So what I learned very, very quickly was that even though the graduate program here is very, very structured in one way, which is great for people like myself, but at the same time they give you the ability to think outside the box and to really implement your own thoughts. So yesterday I got in, and it was a typical day. We launched a product in our team. So my day-to-day activity that day was dealing with front office inquiries. So our bankers were ringing me up regularly with inquiries concerning the actual product, whether it be price or the actual underlying structure. And on top of that, I had a bit of time to develop other structure ideas and also conduct some presentations that I'm providing for my boss next week. In my present role in the product office, I deal on a day-to-day basis with numerous areas of the bank, mainly with Barclays Capital. They are our feeder and are also our eyes and ears when it comes to structured products. So on a typical day, I will be liaising with our sister team in Barclays Capital. Also, on top of that, in the investment and product office, we of course have a very close relationship with the front office as well. So 2 days a week, I will be based down in Brook Street, down in Mayfair, where I'll be dealing directly with the high net worth bankers. And on top of that, the rest of the week, we will be based in Churchill Place, where we'll have interaction on a day-to-day basis with the affluent office as well. I think the most important qualities they could have would be definitely teamwork and ability to fit in to a dynamic organisation. I think if you come to this job thinking that looking after number one is going to be your career goal, this isn't the job for you. I think everyone within the whole business is geared up to supplementing the requirements of the clients that we deal with. So there really is a sense of teamwork that sort of goes through the whole of the organisation. The experience I've had so far in working in BarclaysWealth has been absolutely fantastic. It's exceeded all expectations. Not only is it a dynamic place and a very diverse place, but it's also a business area that's really on the up at the moment. And the wealth industry as a whole is going places, and obviously BarclaysWealth is at the forefront of that. So you really do get a sense walking around the building that you're a part of something special and something that's growing on a day-to-day basis. The most exciting thing about my future here, I think, is the excitement that I have in returning to my home role, which is on the front office, and using all the skills that I've developed and had since my rotation system started, and implementing that into my day-to-day role. Inheriting a book, having a client list, and becoming a private banker really, really excites me.